the camera shows it's like the beginning of a movie. Camera shows it's a dark room, and there's a chair there, someone tied to it, and there's a big guy. He says, "You thought you'd get me, but I've got you." And then there's like the camera moves. There's like a forklift. There's no propane tank on it. There's boxes. There's crates of mannequins. There's crates of pots, pans, cooking utensils, and you see another guy in the corner, and he's managed to start to get his the ropes off his hands, and he noticed that the person on the chair is about to do the same, but the guy starts to walk around the back. So at that moment, the other guy, he starts to scream and shout as a distraction, and then once they're distracted, the guy is tied up, gets his off and just pushes off the chair and kicks the guy, and gets free. And then now I'll explain what's going on. So basically, we're gonna.
This is not a normal podcast episode.
Yes. Welcome to a not normal episode of Noodles at Noon.
Who are you? Who let you in here?
I'm Justin, fan of the show. Occasionally write in to the Discord, but never actually did the show. So we're going to be playing a game called Feng Shui 2. It's a Hong Kong action movie role-playing game. So basically, if you're playing the game, but it's all just an action movie. You do action movie things. The better your roll, the less physics matters into the equation.
Nice.
And it's one of my favorite role-playing games. So let's introduce our characters. So we see the character leap off the chair and just sock the guy across the chin, and the screen freezes, and it shows the name, which is, and this would be the Maverick Cop.
That would be me. That would be Hazuki. I am a Maverick Cop.
Featuring Noah as Hazuki.
And then
That's your movie intro title.
Sweet.
Then the guy flies back, and it freeze frames again, and this says Chad, and then it's shows killer for the mall rat raiders, known for stringing up his victims and leaving them to die. And then we go to the guy in the back who gets his zip ties off just for some continuity errors, and and then the freeze frame and the name shows up, and that's
Steven. Me as Steven. Ben.
Your everyday hero.
Your everyday hero.
And then the door kicks open to the back, and you can see behind the food court of a mall. It doesn't look quite normal from here. You can't really see in there as the viewers. Guy hits a light, or he pulls a torch in from out, and it lights him, and he's like this big guy, and he's got like patches of fur, and he's got like a mullet, but it like turns into a mane around his neck, and it says the Royal Tiger.
Ooh.
And it says a genetic mutation mishap. And this is set in the future wasteland of Florida. And then
Yes.
then the movie title shows up, and it's Florida Manhandle.
Oh,
I love it.
I was already excited for this, but now I'm so much more excited for this.
All right, and so Chad, he's going to his actions first. Oh wow, first right off the bat, and 14. Does that hit? Well, let me see, because
So Chad just rolled really well. An
Really
awesome
well. First.
success.
All right, so does 14 hit your defense, Hazuki?
It does.
It does. All right.
Just barely, but it
Just
does
barely.
hit.
10 damage minus your toughness would be how much damage you take. So he reels back and he pulls a rope, and he just whips the loop like as you're kind of moving. It wraps around your shoulder, and then he slides the other side of the rope, and he somehow. And it goes around a leg of the chair, and he just yanks it, and the chair just slams into you and shatters on your back.
Ooh. That still makes me sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
You've got a strong back.
So, Hazuki, now it's your turn. What do you do? And don't forget, anything in the scene you can interact with, even if I didn't mention it. If there's any possible reason that you think that could be there, that makes any kind of sense, it can be there. Like if you're in a pizza parlor, even if I didn't say there's a stack of pizza trays, you can start grabbing and throwing them because obviously they would be there because that's cool. So whether you just use your normal weapons, though you probably don't have your gun, but I'm sure it's somewhere close enough that you can grab it whenever is most thematically
Maybe
appropriate.
it's in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. I spot one of those like the yellow caution signs that they put up when the floor is wet. And
yeah.
I try to throw it at Chad.
Oh, okay.
Like I do a little spin. I spin around once to like gain some momentum, and then I throw it in Chad's direction.
You'll take some damage then.
Sweet.
So you pick up.
Good job.
You pick up the thing and off the floor, you just slam into his face. Or,
Ben, did you see that sweet move I just made? I mean,
I
Steven?
totally just saw that sweet move you made. That was sick, dude.
And then the royal tiger, he runs in and roars, of course, and he doesn't notice the guy in the back yet. So
I am the guy in the back.
Dun, dun, dun.
As me, guy in the back, I run over to the box of pans and pots and stuff, and I grab myself a nice frying pan, and I hurl it. No, I don't. I run up, do a nice parkour jump off of a box in the corner, and strike the royal tiger across the head with the frying pan. And I roll
14. That's a solid hit. And was that your
my character
right?
gets +1 martial arts when fighting with an improvised weapon found on the scene.
So 28. That's really good. Dice favor.
Oh dear. Okay.
So you do 10 damage. 10 damage to the royal tiger. It just clangs, and he just sort of like shakes, wobbles. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And the pan actually just like, well, it doesn't break because he would have to. It dents really good. So now there's a nice royal tiger genetic mutant shaped dent in your pan.
Who doesn't have a pan like that?
Well, the royal tigers, he also rolled a bunch of 6s. So he grabs Steven around the neck and just like spins and slams him into the wall. So that would be 12 minus your toughness. And he roars.
Which is 6?
Yeah, so 6 wound points. Now we're back to Chad.
Steven, I will save you.
That's a hit. He just walks up and he just starts swinging, just punching, and you're blocking, but it's hitting, and then you find your backs against a crate of mannequin legs. At this point, you hear some ruckus outside. Nobody. You see a group of people like outside the door. Mostly Steven sees them because he's right there, and they come in and they just grab Steven and they pull him out into the next room. And that's their turn, and we're back to Hazuki. So Steven gets pulled out. He sees he's getting dragged out and thrown, and he slides across the floor and into to a table, and you see it's the inside. It's a food court. It's it's really dirty. Not like disgusting. It's just it's the mall's future wasteland. So there's a broken escalator, or at least some stairs, and because a broken escalator is just stairs. There's a trash can that's overflowing. There's a stack of trays on it. There's you see a grill. It's just underneath like a fry hood, but it's just like a actual like firewood grill. And so then Hazuki sees Steven get drug out, and we have this quick flashback where it's like a town, like a kind of desert town, probably because it's future wasteland, so it's not much trees or whatnot. And it's Hazuki saying, "I gotta get Chad. I'm gonna go in and we're gonna get him. I'm gonna go undercover." And it's not really like a police chief, but it's like more of a ragtag group of what passes for police in this time. And you gotta watch out for Chad. He's known for torturing people and stringing them up, but if we don't take care of these gangs, they're gonna start taking over the town. So let's go. You go get him. And then we're back into the mall, and so that might give you clues to some extra damage you might be able to do.
Oh, he's a known murderer, and I get +2 guns versus any target I know to be a murderer.
Ooh.
Thanks for that. So I just want to make sure I don't really want to kill Chad. I want to arrest him.
Yeah, so basically when they go down, it's up to you. If you don't want to kill somebody, it's a movie. So, you can get shot a bunch of times and not die unless it's convenient for that character to die. So,
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not accidentally going to kill somebody that I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's as everyone can be alive and well and or incarcerated at the end. That's
okay.
That's perfect.
Sidebar. I just went to Noah's character sheet, and his gear includes a 1981 Chevrolet Impala.
Yes.
How do you get to?
I don't have anything to add about that. A 1981 Chevrolet Impala.
It's just worth noting. That's my car of choice.
In this futuristic wasteland of Florida, you can always find a 1981 Chevrolet Impala.
They're just lying around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I see Steven getting dragged off by the mall rats. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's this particular group of bad guys.
Okay. Can I look around to see? It sounds like my guns are probably nearby somewhere.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm gonna look for my Smith & Wesson Model 29 and see if I can pick it up. Can I do that?
Okay. Yeah. So you see, it's actually on the. There's a bag hanging on the forks of the forklift, which are raised up. So it's just a few yards away. So.
Okay. So I can run over there and grab it and then try to fire it at the mall rats?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do that. So I will roll. So 13 is my attack.
All right. Are you going after Chad, or are you going after one of the mooks that drags Steven up?
I'm going after the mooks.
Okay. So any hit against a mook is a hit. You you duck under Chad, slide across the floor, kick the bag, grab the gun that flies out, and then just as you're sliding across the floor, you take a shot and hit one of the mooks who flies. Spins around.
Yeah.
I give a thumbs up.
Did it for you, Steven.
Thanks, Hazuki.
And so if you know each other, do you want to do a flashback and how you met?
Well, let's see. You're an everyday hero, so we probably didn't meet in a seedy bar somewhere.
No, I'm essentially a frat boy. As my character, I've decided. I can read you a bit about my character here, and then you can decide how we met. Here's a little bit about the everyday hero. You might be nobody special, but that's the source of all your awesome. Which is perfect. Unlike some archetypes you could name, you work for a living, probably a good, honest, vanishing blue-collar job. Maybe you're a factory worker, a truck driver, a plumber, or a sailor. You may be on vacation when the action begins, or you find yourself in a crossfire as the result of a job-related errand. Aside from taking care of your melodramatic hook, all you really want to do is sit down with a can of beer and watch some sports at a local bar. It's a little bit about me. It also says, a good choice if you like to play mechanically simple characters, which relates to me.
Okay.
So that's a little bit about Steven.
Here's what I think. I think Hazuki, wandered into a bar one day looking for a perpetrator, mistook you for the perp. It was a whole scene. I was trying to arrest you. You were trying to convince me that you were a nobody. We ended up having a few beers, did a little karaoke, became best friends overnight.
Yeah. After a brief fisticuffs that I won.
Right. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, because you won my respect, because I feel like I'm the greatest fighter ever, and you beat me. So I was like, okay, I respect this guy.
Nice to know the sports bars are still around. I do enjoy a good sports bar.
They're real different, though.
They're real different. It's all just reruns of old sports.
Watching Super Bowl 36 tonight.
Yep, on VHS. All right. We flash back to now and see Royal Tiger. He was by the door and the bullets just missed him, so he runs in and tries to go and grab Hazuki. And for those at home who are wondering what we're doing, I wrote a Discord bot, which is how we're rolling our dice. All right, so he goes and he grabs Hazuki and just kind of also flings him out into the food court area. So that'd be 12 minus your toughness.
All right, that's 4 points.
And basically, unless you have something special, which I don't think anyone does, but at 25 and 35, I believe you start to take impairment. So your attacks and your defense go down by 1. But that also works for the bad guys too. So, and now we're back to Steven.
Am I still being dragged? Was I being dragged by multiple of the mook rat or the mall rats?
You were, but this could be. They're not like grappling you or anything.
So I'm being dragged across the floor. As I'm being dragged, I hook my leg, which is being dragged across the floor, around the flaming grill that was in the area. And as I hook my leg around it, I'm able to slide it back with an almost inhuman amount of force, and smash it, and it's charred, burning wood and coal and charcoal into the other mall rat, which currently is on my left side, smashing it into him, covering him with the ash, but also burning embers of the grill.
Oh, boxcar.
Ben got a good roll.
I got a good roll.
Yep, it's a positive value. Okay, so the difficulty would have been 13, and you failed to meet it. So it's actually a way awful failure. So
Oh no.
So that was what he wanted to happen. But so he hooks his leg around the grill, thinking, I have inhuman strength, I'm going to pull this over and knock the guy. And instead, it's really heavy, and he ends up it just kind of yanks and it wobbles, and he ends up like with a bunch of hamburger patties, just kind of flopping off onto his face, and he gets like a stain on his shirt. And that's not coming out anytime soon. See, Chad runs out and he turns around. He reaches behind him and grabs some stuff, and he runs out. And he comes out with a couple mannequin legs and chucks them at Hazuki.
No, this guy's after me.
Hazuki sees him coming, and he just blocks him. Knocks him out of the way as they fly past.
Knock those legs out of the way.
The mooks, they're gonna the first three will be Hazuki, the last three Steven, if any of them hit. None of them hit. So they kind of just they yank Steven up and like toss him onto the counter, and then a couple more rush it at Hazuki, but he just ducks and dodges out of the way. And now we're back to Hazuki.
Okay, can I try to shoot 2 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go.
17.
So there you take 2 of them out. And then the Royal Tiger, also known as the Tiger King.
I didn't put that together.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't hold it any longer. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that. My brain didn't get that far.
Yeah, I was just going with weird Florida stuff. So.
And who is Chad?
That's just a generic Florida man.
How does he like to kill people?
He strings them up.
Also known as hanging.
Hanging Chads? This is good. This is clever.
This is deep. There's deep cuts here.
All right. Royal Tiger, he runs through and he's roaring on. He raises his arms and he's got like one tiger claw and like one normal hand. And he grabs Steven off the counter and he swipes him with his claw for the 10 minus your toughness because you hit exactly your defense.
My defense is 15.
Yes, so yeah, he rolled a 15, so it's exact hit. And he does 10 damage, so minus your toughness.
Which is 6, so 4.
And then we're back to Steven.
So I'm laying on my back on this counter, which I'm assuming is in the food court, but not really food court area.
Yeah, it's
wasteland.
It used to be a what it used to be. It used to be a Panda Express.
Okay. I'm trying to think what I could find in a Panda Express.
Chopsticks. Stab their eyes with chopsticks.
That's what I was gonna say. I reach back and I find 2 chopsticks, one in either hand, and I thrust them forward, aiming for the Royal Tiger's eyes, and I do that with I do it with a flourish and a scream. And
A flourish and a scream.
A flourish and a scream, as I do everything in my life. Plus 1 is 11.
11. Yeah, that's that won't hit, but you could. So you could roll a fortune die, and if you get at least a 2, it'll hit.
It's a 3.
All right, so that's that make it a 14. So you do 5 damage.
Nice.
So
Yes.
Yes. You just jam him right into his face. He roars. Ah.
And I yell. Oh, what do I yell? What's a Steven Florida man thing to yell after you stab a mutant tiger in the face, or a mutant? Help me out here, Hazuki. You're the maverick cop. You're supposed to have all the cool lines.
Way to stick it to him.
Yeah, there you go.
So Chad rolls on out 12. So that's going to be a miss. So he runs out, and he jumps up, and he goes and he tries to just jump kick you. But You just slide under his kick.
Whoosh. I'm too mavericky.
The Mooks. They're gonna all try to get in on the action and fight Hazuki. But they come out with machetes swinging, and he just ducks, dodges, and one of the machetes gets stuck in the table, like right beside him. So we're back to Hazuki.
I want to grab that machete that Mook just dropped right by me and huck it at Chad. 15.
That hits.
Yeah, so I throw it at Chad. You know, it's got the little point at the end because it's a machete. I think it goes like right through his shoulder. Like, it's not lethal, obviously, but it's a bad day. It like gets stuck in his body.
We're back to Royal Tiger. That is going to miss. So, all right. So Tiger, he swipes at Steven, tries to pound on him with his fist, but he's also trying to get the chopsticks out. So he misses. He gets one out, and like the other one kind of breaks, so it's still sort of stuck in there a bit.
Oh.
And back to Chad. Or I'm sorry, Steven.
Back to Steven, bruh. This is Steven's voice, by the way. So, are the mall rats still like around me? And it's just Hazuki and Chad doing the thing, or
they're near. So like, if you wanted to go fight some, you could. Like if you wanted to slide off the counter and go kick some or whatever.
So I was, what I do is I roll backwards, doing a backwards somersault off the counter I'm on, back into the kitchen area of the former Panda Express. And on the counter behind me, there are two relatively medium-sized woks. I don't know, do they use woks at Panda Express? I don't know. 2 frying pans. And I grab them and I bring them together with, like, you know, monkey doing the symbol, like wind-up monkey toy thing. I do that right into the face of the Royal Tiger. And as there is one of the chopsticks still in his face, I aim for that, trying to jam it farther into his face. And I roll to do that. So 16.
He looks like he just went for a long walk. Yeah, so he stumbles back and he's, you know, bleeding, and he's really beat up now. And he goes and he picks up a table and picks it up upside down, flips it so he's holding it by the feet, and he just swings it right into Hazuki.
No.
And the table shatters, but he's still holding the bottom like a club. 13 minus your toughness.
All right, 5 more points of damage.
Okay, and the mooks, they kind of rush around and try to but they don't do any damage. They're just lots of swinging.
Good job, Hazuki.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. I just slammed a mutant tiger in the face with 2 frying pans I found at a Panda Express. How you doing?
I just shoot guns. That's all I do. No, actually, I just macheted a guy in the shoulder, so it's been a good day, you know?
I'm looking at both our character sheets, and like, for yours, the Maverick Cop, aside from the 1981 Chevrolet Impala, you also have a Smith & Wesson Model 29, a Colt Detective Special, and a Winchester Model 70. These are all the things you have. Want to know what I have?
Yeah, what do you have? I don't actually know.
Nothing. I don't have a single thing.
Oh, you're right. You really don't.
Yeah, but you know a lot of things. You got info, beer.
I do. I have lots of information on sports, lots of information on beer, lots of information on classic cars. I'm going to be looking up. I'll keep that a secret. And then information on classic rock. I'm basically Michael.
Michael's like the beer connoisseur. I'm always going to him, asking him what I should get.
Oh yeah.
Hazuki, you're up.
So I'm gonna shoot at. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and run up the escalator so I get some height. The stairs, I guess, the broken escalator.
The broken escalator.
And then do like a backflip from like, I don't know, 6 feet off the ground. Shoot my gun while I'm mid backflip at Chad.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to impress everybody here for some reason. I thought I was really jealous of Steven's chopstick maneuver, and I feel like I have to outdo that.
So wait, is Chad like for the most part just like a regular dude?
He's pretty buff. Like he's a big guy.
Buff.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's not like a mutant tiger.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure I'm fighting a mutant tiger all by myself, and Noah's just doing backflips trying to shoot somebody.
So 14.
Just making sure.
And then it's +2 for Chad because of that. So 16.
Oh, okay. So a bunch of mooks start chasing you with machetes, and you run up the escalator, and then you do your flip, and just like all the machetes like swing under you, and you just like bam, and it shows the bullet in slow mo just like go between all the machetes, just like whoosh, 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 and goes and it just hits Chad like right in the chest, and he like flies into the trash can, and all the trays scatter across the floor. Both the bad guys are almost impaired, but not quite.
Yes, we can do this.
Steven like lands like legs on the sides of the escalator, so he's like above the stairs. But Chad like picks up a couple of the trays and just flings them right at Hazuki. If you want, you can dodge. So if you dodge, it costs you 1 shot, and it adds 3 to your defense. You can additionally also roll a fortune die and add that to your defense to see if you avoid the hit completely.
I'll do it. That sounds fun.
Okay, and did you want to just take 3, or did you want to add a die also?
Let's add the die.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, so they're going like flings to him, like one's like right at head neck level, one's lower, and you just push off the stairs can kind of like spin, and like your feet land on the trays, and you land on the stairs and just start sliding down.
I'm so cool.
And we're back. And Steven, now that you're riding a couple of trays down the escalator, what do you do?
So I'm riding the trays down the escalator.
Oh, sorry. I get Hazuki. It's your turn. Well, you're on the same number, so whoever wants to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a chair, one of those mall chairs, since we're in the food court, and just like try to get close to Chad and just hit him over the head with it.
And so you slide down the stairs, grab a chair, and
Oh yes.
right. All right, sounds good.
20.
Ooh. In case you weren't sure, listeners, our woo means you rolled something good.
And you just smash it, like right like at the beginning of the movie. You smash the chair, but this time into him, and it just shatters. Except this one was like sturdier, so it like really hurt. Stumbles back, slams into a counter, and just like falls over. And he's actually now out of the fight. Took him.
Yes.
So that roll was a 6 plus what you rolled, and a 5. So that's why it's such a high number for those
Nice.
at home. And
Those
now we're,
keeping track
Nice
at home.
on.
now we're to Steven.
Steven, all right. I'm still hanging out in the Panda Express.
You could go
so I
next door to
see
the Orange Julius. I mean, you know.
Ooh, there's an orange Julius. Oh. Are they like connected? Is it like
they're right next to each other.
Oh, that changes so many things that I was planning in my mind.
Throw oranges at them that are like 100 years old.
So I turned to Hazuki and I yell, "Good job, bruh. You totally just smacked that dude with a chair, man." Yeah. Yeah, man. And then as I'm doing that, the royal tiger's still stumbling, and I look around and I see a number of I see like the dishwashing area, and I rip the metal like dishwashing hose, like the thing they used to like spray the dishes with hot steam, and I grab it and I pull it down and I try to break it off to like whip the royal tiger dude across the face with this metal hose. And in doing so, I, in fact, 11, I miss.
But you could roll a fortune die and see if you turn that into a hit.
And to roll the fortune die, I get a 5.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
So 11 plus 5. He is now impairment 1. So he is slightly easier to hit and slightly worse at hitting.
And I yelled at Hazuki, "Dude, that guy just totally got hosed."
We need to put a violence warning on this podcast.
We might.
All right, and Luke's are going to... First one will go for Hazuki, the other two for Steven. Yeah, straight. So they rush up and swing and punch, but they all miss, which Mooks usually do, but occasionally they get a 6 and do a load of damage.
Pathetic creatures. I haven't figured out my
You have an
voice
accent now.
I haven't talked enough to figure that out.
So Tiger King, Royal Tiger, no one gets sued by Netflix or whatever, tries to grab the hose and yank it out of your hand, but it just slips through his paw, and it is now back to Hazuki or Steven.
What other restaurants are in this food court?
Whichever you can think of. There's the Euro one.
Ooh, Euros. All right, Euros are like my favorite food. So I'm going to say there's a nice Euro place here. Not a lot of violence can be had at a Euro place, though. So, maybe like there's some kebab skewers there. So I rush over to the Greek restaurant. Do they have Greek kebabs? I don't really know.
It's an action movie. It's it doesn't. It just depends on if somebody checked that before they decide to write the scene in or not.
And I grab a kebab.
If not, you could just go to the knitting store and get some
the yarn emporium.
Yeah.
I leap over to the kebab skewers and begin like quickly throwing them at Royal Tiger.
Like darts.
Oh, okay. So I got a 10.
Yep. Yeah, that negative die re-rolled. So you could spend your fortune, or you could just take the miss.
I'll do another fortune.
All right.
Which would add 5, so 15.
All right, and that's just the final straw. Just throw them, and they just hit him like, and they stick, and he just starts, he yells, and he just starts just like swiping at him, and he just ends up, he like trips over, slips on a hamburger patty that was on the floor, and just
yes,
he falls and like bangs his head on the grill and falls over and knocked out.
And I yell, "That's what you get for getting Hamburger patty juice on my favorite shirt, punk.
And the mooks, they look around and they're like, so they're going to start running out. You can try to stop them from cheesing it, or you can just let them run away.
How many were coming my direction? You said like, because there's 3 of them, you said one of them went towards one of us and 2 of them went towards the other.
Yeah, one towards, Steven. So
one came my way.
Yeah, you can try to stop them from cheesing it, which was an opposing speed roll.
Sure.
Oh, yep. So you stop that one from cheesing it. So he's still in the fight. Now it's Hazuki's turn. There's 3 mooks left.
All right, I'm gonna go all out here. So what I'm envisioning is there's like some kind of chandelier or something hanging from the ceiling that's like above the mooks, and I want to try and shoot it where it will like land on all 3 of them.
This is a ritzy post-apocalyptic Florida mall.
Maybe it's just like a giant like gator or something suspended from the ceiling. Let's go with that.
They have a jet ski hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. So I know that's a lot of difficulty for all 3.
Yeah, so if you want to type in the whole thing, you could do their defense is 13, and then if you put targets as 3, it'll do all that. Man.
Okay.
Negative.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah, you got a -10.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, you shoot and you hit the first cable holding it up, and it swings. When you hit the second one, it's already swinging. So it just breaks off and like slides across the ground and just shatters into a storefront, and like a mannequin falls over and like breaks in half.
You successfully killed the mannequin.
Yes, I killed the mannequin. That was my goal all along.
I guess I have to go for broke too. So I've caught up to the one of them. Since I have caught up to the one, I grab him and I attempt to throw him with all of my inhuman strength that I don't have because I'm just a normal dude, and collide him into the other 2, sending them flying into the now broken out storefront that Hazuki has so kindly broken out for me. So I have a place to throw them into. So I'm also going for all.
So yeah, 7 is also a miss. So you go to grab him and pick him up, and he just like he gets some stance where you just like move him a few inches, and then don't quite get the swing.
Every time I mention the fact that I have inhuman strength, I'm constantly reminded that I don't.
The one Steven's got, he tries to like elbow him in the face, but it hits ineffectually, and the other 2 each pick up half the mannequin and like fling them at Hazuki, but they just fly past.
So I turn to Hazuki as I'm assuming the mall rats are continuing their attempt to escape. And I yell, Hazuki, quick, to the Impala.
Wait, are we going to bring Chad and Royal Tiger with us? We must bring them to justice.
They're impaired.
You just don't want to drag them?
Trust me, I know a lot about being impaired. I don't think they can. I don't think they're going to move. I have experience with impairment.
Wait, are we going to run over the mooks? Is that the plan?
Well, they're trying to escape. We need the car to keep up with them.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a 91 Impala. It has a top speed of 110 miles an hour. Trust me, I know this because of my vast knowledge of classic cars.
What if I throw you the keys? Can I throw him the keys?
Sure.
All right, I throw you the keys.
Throw me the keys. I catch the keys, and I sprint out of the mall to the Impala.
Okay. All right, so they throw some knives that just like stick right in the door. Right as you open it, they just stick into the side. You run out.
I guess I run out. I'll just run toward the mooks and try to shoot one of them.
Okay. That's a hit.
So 14.
So one of them goes down and spins across. The guy just slides across. The mooks, they open the door, they run outside, and what does Steven do?
Steven crashes through the doors of the mall in a 1981 Chevrolet Impala. And drives directly for the remaining 2 mooks in an attempt to run them over. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
So you rolled a 2. You drive through the doors, except the mooks went through like the set of doors right beside it. So they like run right past the cars. It's flying through the glass doors, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Well, that could have gone better.
That was not good. I just like shake my head like never should have given that guy those keys.
Come on, man. I have 12 driving skill.
You just picked the wrong doors.
I just picked the wrong doors.
All right. So,
50-50
are you
chance.
gonna keep following them, or are you just gonna shove the guys in the car first and get them out of here?
I think we should shove the guys in the cars first.
Yeah, bring the car over to Chad and Royal Tiger.
I'd take the car over. After crashing through the doors, I bring the car over to Chad and Royal Tiger.
Dude, you just totally messed up my Impala. I just realized that. That's a classic car. What
It's
year
a
is it,
1981
Shiv?
Impala. It's 1981.
I don't know.
Oh, what year is it currently in the world that we live in?
Yeah, what year is it currently?
I'm not entirely sure. So, in the setting, it's somewhere in the future, but the bad guys set off a chi bomb which destroyed magic in the future. So it ruined everything. So
except for 1981 Chevrolet Impala.
Yeah, Impalas still run. They don't need magic. They are magic.
They don't run on magic.
Yeah, okay, so can we put Chad and Royal Tiger in the car?
Yep.
Okay.
And
And then
off.
I say I want to push Steven into the passenger seat and be like, dude, you are never driving my car again. And then I try to mow down the remaining 2 mooks in my 1981 Chevrolet Impala.
Okay. So you get the guys in the car. You drive back out the gaping hole in the mall doors, and so they're ahead. They both dive out of the way and roll, unless maybe you want to use a fortune die.
Yes, let's do it. I'm determined.
You
I rolled a 6.
You need a 3. So they're going through. They both dive out of the way, but one gets clipped by in the back of the head by the side mirror, and Steven grabs the other one and just kind of like grabs his arm, and he just like spins from the force of getting yanked, and his face smashes into the side of the car, and he passes out. And then you can leave him or take him with you or whatever.
I feel like as a maverick cop with a deep sense of justice, I want to round them all up. Can we just pile like 3 of them in the trunk and then 3 of them on top of Chad and Royal Tiger?
It does have a big trunk, the 1981 Chevrolet Impala. But the cab space is relatively limited. And I mean, we already have a mutant tiger in the back, as well as a very buff human.
All right, we'll leave them. I think justice has been served to these mooks.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them. I don't think we could fit all of them in our car.
All right, and you drive off. Obviously, your town is in the direction of the sunset, and
Obviously.
that's it.
And then as the screen is starting to fade, you hear my character say, "Steven, you're fixing my car."
You're fixing my car.
And then the exhaust falls off.
Hey, my car's fine now. Exhaust is fixed.
Nice.
Dude, the 1981 Chevrolet Impala has a 5.7 liter V8.
Whoa.
That's like the same engine that like, or at least the same size engine that like Mustangs have nowadays.
Nice.
It's a pretty sweet car. I'm looking at some pictures of it now. Well, thank you, Shiv. That was a lot of fun.
Well, good. Glad it was
Yes.
fun.
I don't think we ever said this. Justin is Shiv in the Discord, Chivalrybean. So make sure you go shout him out. Thank him for putting all of this together for today. Make sure you leave a comment in the Discord thanking him for this. Thank you so much, Justin, for putting this together.
No problem.
It was so much fun. I was looking forward to it like all week, and it was more than worth it. I loved it. It was so much fun.
Well, thank you. Or you're welcome. Or both.
Do you have anything to plug? Anything you'd like to plug at the end?
If you're into space sims, I help with a space sim podcast, Guard Frequency. I'm not on it, but I do stuff behind the scenes. Other than that, my website is thespaceturtle.com. I'm working on it. Not much there yet, but I'm
thespaceturtle.com.
working on tools for various games. So eventually, though, if you know the secret way, you can get to the Feng Shui tools, except they're ugly and I don't like them. So they're hidden until I get good at front-end web development to make it all look nice. Get my boots all strapped and CSS and whatnot.
I get that. I know Aaron from Topic Please will get that too.
So, yeah. I'm glad you had fun and hope everyone enjoyed listening.
Yeah, thank you so much again. Thank you, Noah, for being here. I guess both Noah and I are the winners since we caught the Royal Tiger and Chad.
Well, if you play a role-playing game right, everyone's a winner. So
everyone's a winner here, though.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this different episode of Noodles at Noon. And yeah, we will see you again next week. Later.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
I think that's the first episode we haven't said that.
Well, we just did.
So, yeah.
We filled our quota.